Hello, and welcome to Historical Humans Reads, where we take primary sources and bring them to your screen. I'm Colum Coleman, and today we are reading from the Suda. Written in Greek in the 10th century and commissioned by the Byzantine Emperors of the Macedonian Dynasty, the Suda is regarded as one of the earliest comprehensive encyclopedias in the world. At over 31,000 entries, the Suda provides a comprehensive overview of Greco-Roman antiquity, biblical mythology, and Christian history up to the 10th century CE. Today, we will be reading selected entries from the Suda. With that, let's begin. Agathias, a lawyer of Marina, the one who wrote the history as a continuation of Procopius of Caesarea, comprising the affairs involving Belisarius and the events in Italy and Libya. That is, the affairs involving Narses in Italy and the events in Lazique and Byzantium. He also composed other books, both in meter and in prose, including the Daphnaica and the Cycle of New Epigrams, which he compiled himself from the poets of his day. He was a contemporary of Paulus Silentiarus and of the consul Macedonius and of Tribonian in the time of Justinian. Agiapios, an Athenian philosopher, after the deaths of Proclus under Marinus. He was admired for his love of learning and for his setting of dilemmas that were hard to solve. Agiapos. This man was an Alexandrian by birth. Raised from childhood amidst cultured discourse, he became a commentator on medical teachings and went to Byzantium, where he established a very distinguished school. Relying on the magnitude of his talent and the favor of fortune, he became celebrated for his skill and amassed large amounts of money. Agis, genitive Agidos, the son of Pausanias. This man, during an invasion of Mantinean territory, once besieged them, and, having turned the flow of the river against the wall, he weakened it, for it was of unbaked brick, which is more secure against siege engines than baked brick or stones. For those break and jump out of their fittings, whereas unbaked brick is not affected in the same way. It is, though, destroyed by water, no less than beeswax by the sun. Ilbo, in the royal palace of Gelimer, was a building full of darkness, which the Carthaginians used to call the Elbow. Therein there were thrown toward all whom the tyrant was ill disposed. There, in the time of Belisarius, happened to be confined many traders from the east about to be destroyed by the tyrant at that time, whom the guard of the prison released. And he placed the siege engines in a way that seemed most timely, and he hit both the wall angles, ancones, and the trenches from both sides. Also a certain part of the house. Another meaning is everything that, in a dream, fixes the well-ordered aspect of life. There's also the prominence of rivers and the ones at the banks. It is not possible to sail through the stream ahead because of the size of the descending prominences, which it is necessary for those dragging the ships to bend round. Also in the sense of heights of mountains. Some of you seek out the western heights and some the eastern, going towards the evil exit of man. And there is the proverbial expression, wiping one's nose on the elbow. Bion, the philosopher, said, "My father was a freed slave, wiping his nose with his elbow." It indicated clearly the saltfish importer. See another proverbial expression, sweet bend, i.e. in a river, etc. Ankara, Ankara, a city. See under Galatai. Ankarian city. Note that the present Ankarians were called of old Helleno-Galatians. Agoronomia, market supervisorship or market supervisorships, meaning auditorships. The term is applied to those who oversee sales in the cities. Also, It is attested in related to the concrete noun market supervisors, agoranomoi, the officials who manage the sales in the marketplace. Aristophanes, in Acarnanians, writes, as market supervisors of the market, I appoint the three who were chosen by lot. The thongs from elepros, that is, straps or whips. For in olden days, the auditors of the marketplace used to beat people with whips. And lepros, some explain as wordplay from the verb lepen, that is, to beat. Others from Leprion, a small town of the Peloponnese, which Callimachus also mentions in the hymns. Citadel of Chalcones, which is called Leprion. Others still derive it from mangy cattle, since the hides of mangy cattle are tough. Still others because the Megarians, with whom he is making a treaty, have mangy bodies. But better to say that there is a place called Leproi outside the Athenian town center where the tanners' shops were. There is also a mention of this in Birds. Why do you settle in Helion Leprion? Also, see attested is the verb, I supervise markets, used in the genitive. This has been an excerpt from the Suda on Historical Humans Reads. If you enjoyed this video and would like to hear more excerpts from original texts, please subscribe to be notified of the next one. If there's a work you would like to hear, be sure to like the video and leave a comment listing it below. Thank you for listening.